Thanks again. All right. You know, you guys, on my desk at home, I have this little sign that says, nothing is impossible. And I believe in that. I think that's one of the reasons I became a magician, is because we do the impossible. But I've always believed that nothing is impossible. And I'm going to give you a little demonstration using a scientific principle that hopefully will prove to you that nothing is impossible. Have you ever heard the expression oil and water doesn't mix? Yeah, what I mean by that, if you mix them together and you let it settle, the oil will always rise to the top. But I'm going to show you that that's not necessarily true in magic. So I have 4 black cards. The black cards are going to represent oil, and I have 4 red cards which represent water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the 4 water cards together with the oil cards like this, okay? So we just alternate them just like that. All we do is let them settle. That should be long enough. And if we do that right, the oil will always come to the top. Now, I know, no, I cheated a little bit. I did that face down. I mixed them. So this time, we're going to try it again. I want you to watch the cards close. We have 4 oil cards and 4 water cards. This time, I'm going to show you each and every card as I mix them. Look, we'll take and we'll put an oil and another oil card and another oil card and another oil card. So you can see that those cards are completely mixed up. They really are. Watch, I'm not going to change the position or the order of any card. I just wait. That's it. That's as long as it takes. And once again, the oil cards come up to the top. Okay? Tell you what. Now, I know there's still a few non-believers, so I'm going to try it one more time. Watch this close. I'll mix them one at a time. Oil, water, oil, water, oil, water, oil, and water. Now, keep your eye on the cards. Again, I cheated. I did that face down, so I'll show you the cards face up. Oil and water, oil and water, oil and water, oil and water. All we do is wait, and those 4 oil cards come back up to the top. Okay? But so far, everything is as it should be. Science says you can't mix oil and water unless you use a little bit of magic. You take all the oil cards, place them on top of the red, and just snap your finger, and now you get an oil and a water and an oil and a water and an oil and a water and an oil and a water. Thank you. Proving once again, nothing is impossible. And now oil and water, a trick that all magicians have heard of, but very few perform a method. And today I'm hoping to show you a method that you will use, because oil and water is just a fantastic trick. The first method that I'm going to show you is what I call the pure method, because it's done with 4 black cards only and 4 red cards only. There are no extra cards, okay? You start off by placing the black cards on the red cards. You begin your introductory patter, which is about oil and water doesn't mix. If you mix oil and water together and you let it settle, the oil will always rise to the top. And then you start off by saying these 4 black cards will represent oil. Now notice, when I took these cards, I took 2 in one hand, and then I spread 2 more, so I have 2 in each hand, and I do this little wiggle. Now I'm doing this wiggle on purpose because I'm trying to set the cards in a certain way where the 2 face cards, the 10 and the 8, are going towards each other, where the 7 and the 9 are away from each other. So what happens when I put these 2 cards on top of the other 2, I now have a step in the middle, so I can deal the red cards into that step and they'll stay there, okay? And the reason I do that is this. I say the 4 black cards represent oil. I get it set for my step. And I say, and these 1, 2, 3, 4 red cards represent water. What happened there was I transposed the cards. I put 2 red between all the black cards and the other 2 red at the back. Okay, so I displaced the colors, and I'm going to just show you that one last time so you know exactly what it is. You do that wiggle move, end up with the face cards going towards each other, put 2 on top of the other 2, gesture with these, the 4 black represent oil, deal 2 of the red over into the middle between the blacks. It looks like you're still holding them, however. And then you say 3, 4 water cards. These 2 are going below. Now you square up and you turn everything over. Now, it should appear that all you did was show blacks on the face, red on the top. So now these 4 top cards should be red. They're not, but you're going to again make it appear by saying we're going to take the 4 red cards. You start off by showing the first one, and then you count 1, 2, 3, 4. You continue talking. We're going to mix them with these 4 black cards. And now you turn these up and flash the bottom of these. You deal down a black card first, suppose black card, then one from the other hand, then a black, then a red, call them oil and water, oil, water, oil, and water. You square them up nice and easy. You say we wait a few seconds. That should be long enough. And if you wait long enough, the 4 oil cards will settle and always rise to the top. That's phase 1. Phase 2, I use the oil cards to flip over the red ones, and I show oil and water. I say, you know what, the first time wasn't really fair because I didn't show you each and every card. I did it face down. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to mix the oil with the water. And as I say that, I spread over 1, 2, 3 black, and as I take the 4th black one, I'm going to push it under the other 3. So I have 1 under the other 3, and then I'm going to continue on saying, and also 4 red cards. So now when I square up, again, I did a displacement. I displaced one of the oil cards to the back of the packet. I'll do that one more time at speed. 1, 2, 3, 4 oil cards. Then I spread these and close everything up. Everything looks fine. Now you spread the top 4 cards over without reversing their order and place them face down on the table. You say this time, I'm going to show you each and every card as I place them between the water cards. So you start off, you either buckle or pull down the bottom card, and you're going to pick up a triple, which is easy because of the buckle. Hold on to it tight so it stays in line. You flash the card's color. You say that's an oil card, and you place it second from the bottom in the spread on the table. Okay? You next show the top card as an oil card, and you're going to place it in between the 2 middle cards on the table. At the same time, you're going to turn your hand over so they get a flash of 2 black down here. So now everything looks fair. You say, look, the 3rd black one goes here. You put that one underneath the top card. And then you show the last one, and you put it on top. Now, this second card that's in the bottom row, this is the top row, this is the bottom row. The second card, I pushed it forward a little bit. I do that as I study the cards. Because what I want to do when I pick these up, I want to get a break over this particular card. So when I square these up, it's important that I plant my thumb on it so it doesn't move. And when I square up, it's still sticking out back here. So now very slowly I can say, watch the cards. I'm not going to change the order of anything. But now because I have this jogged, I can press down with my thumb. And when I square up, that creates a break where I need it. And the place that I need it is below 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. So I have 5 cards, and then a break, and then the rest. Okay? I now say if we wait a few seconds, that's long enough. They should settle and come to the top. And as I say the top, I hold these cards and give them a little bend, and then I release pressure. And if you do that right, sometimes these cards will pop a little bit, and it almost looks like something rose up. Now I say, look, the oil has come to the top again. You pick up the top card, you show it. Pick up the second card, right underneath the first one, show it. Pick up the 3rd card and show it. Now, because you had that break, it's real easy to just grab the double at the break, show it that the oil came to the top. Even though there's supposed to be 4 cards here, there's only 3. All I do is spread what I have, and I place them here just for a moment as I wipe the lint from the table. Now when I come down, this particular oil card is a double. So I want it to look like I just separate the cards in the black and red. My thumb goes, here's the double, my thumb goes on top of the double, and as my hands separate, it pulls that card out as I go down and show black and red, okay? The next phase is one of my favorite Marlowe oil and water phases of all time. It's the most visual oil and water unmixture procedure that I've ever seen. It appeared in Marlowe's Magazine Volume 3, and it's called the Upjog Unmix. And this is the way it works. You now have the oil cards and the water cards, and you're going to mix, so you drop an oil card first, a black card. So you go oil, water, oil, water, oil, water, oil, and water, and then you stop and you hesitate and you say, oh, wait a minute. I did that face down. I should show you the cards face up so you can see I have not cheated you. Now is when you do the Upjog unmixing. This is just a great phase. It looks like you're just displaying that they're alternated, and during that, you're actually unmixing the cards. And this is how it works. You start off by pushing over the black card and upjogging a red card, except that instead of just upjogging it, you're also pushing it over so it overlaps the black card. That way I have a little ledge here. That ledge is important because when I come back down to put the black one here, I can hear a click as it clicks off of that card, and then I know for sure that the black card is going above the red one, even though it gives the illusion they're still mixed. You now go up jog and overlap that red one, come down, click again, putting a black one, and then bring the last one up, and then bring the last one down, same way, square up, push them together, wait, and it looks like those cards just melt apart. Let me one more time just do that for you so you can see it more or less at speed, and then I don't think you'll have any problems with it, but it sure is great, believe me. You can tell I'm excited about this. Sometimes I sit at home and just do this for myself. I'll cancel a show just to see this phase, all right? So what I do is I deal the black one over, red one gets upjogged but overlapped. I then come down, deal a black one and a red one and a black one and a red one and a black one. I square up, I wait, and those black just melt up. Okay, now we're on the very last phase where I talk about the only way you can mix oil and water together is if you use a little magic. For example, we'll take the red cards here, you turn the red cards face down, you put the black cards on top of it. You say all you do is give a little shake, and now, believe it or not, the cards are mixed. You're going to deal them out on the table, and they're going to show mixed, and the way you do that is with a bottom deal. So you grab the top card at the upper corner, and you go forward with it, turning it face up. You now push the next card over like you're about to take it, and as you grab it, your fingers as a unit buckle the card and push the bottom card out just a little bit like that, and you actually take the bottom card and pull the top card over. The next card is from the top. The next card you do another bottom. The next card is from the top. And then the next card is again from the bottom. And again, just push that over. Do a unit push out of the bottom card. Take it. And then the last two are fair. And it looks like the card's mixed. As far as a bottom deal is concerned, a lot of people are afraid to even try a bottom deal, but don't be. I mean, it's not really that hard to get away with. I mean, if you tell me you're going to go cheat in a poker game and you're going to do a bottom deal, I would tell you forget it, don't go. But if it's a magic trick, for crying out loud, take the chance. After a while, it's going to become good, okay? So the only thing that you, in the beginning, that you're going to be nervous about is them seeing it. So turn on an angle. Like in this particular trick, I turn a little bit to the side. I also tilt my hand back a little bit. So when I'm dealing these out and I go top and bottom and top and bottom and top and bottom and top and bottom, even if my fingers flash just a little bit, eventually, once you get some practice in front of real people, eventually that bottom deal will become very smooth. The more often you use it like anything else, the better it'll get. Anyway, that's oil and water. That's the pure method, the 8-card method.